change, growth, wealth, health, wisdom, great relationships equals psychological discomfort or psychological death. What's going on, my high vibrational individual expressions of God on earth? It's your boy, Dr. Will Rogers, aka Master Teacher 33. Quick nugget you're dropping in your lap today: psychological death. The reason why change, behavioral modification, is so difficult for most of us is because we have unrealistic expectations. We don't really understand the process of change. Change means that the old you, from a psychological perspective, the old mind, the old will, the old emotions, the old imagination, the old intellect, the old awareness, perception, the way that you process information, the old you has to die. So the amygdala, the hypothalamus, the pituitary gland, they all fight. It activates the vagus nerve. It's called the vagus collapse. So inside of my new book that breaks down psychological death, why change is so difficult is because we choose to select coping mechanisms instead of the blueprint. So I'm including my book, Effective Coping Mechanism, with today's offer for my new book on psychological death and discomfort, which is just a result of change. Since change is the only thing that's guaranteed in this life, you're always in a state where you're feeling discomfort, psychologically or spiritually speaking. That's why we feel the way that we feel. And since money, and since health, wisdom, relationships are attracted to high vibrational feelings, that's the reason why most people live a low vibrational life. So it's very important that you set the proper expectations, because misplaced dependency and unrealistic expectation is a causality of all realities. So when you say you want to be wealthy, when you say you want to be healthy, when you say you want to be wise, when you say you want to be in a great relationship, you trigger the amygdala. Because the amygdala, the reticular activating system, is designed to keep you safe. It's designed to survive. It's not designed to thrive. So when you choose to thrive, you're choosing psychological death. You're choosing psychological discomfort. So when it comes up, when friction shows up, when resistance shows up, when obstacles show up, you think you're doing something wrong, so you go back to comfort. Big mistake, homie. Do not choose comfort over conflict. Spiritual conflict, psychological conflict, is the natural progression. It's natural for you to engage in spiritual warfare. The weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They're mighty through source code. They're mighty through God, and putting down strongholds. So it's very important to pick up the book today on psychological death. And I will include my book on effective coping mechanisms. So you want to use these coping mechanisms until you get to a space where you really can oscillate and vibrate in the highest, your highest desire. That means that you are comfortable being uncomfortable, because you understand that's all a part of the process. So you don't shrink when you face adversity, because you know it's always darkest right before day. So pick up the book and the audio, Psychological Discomfort, Psychological Death, so you can understand why you feel the way you feel when right before you get ready to blow up. And then you say, let me think about it. Or we do what? Well, we buy something and we have buyer's remorse. be like, damn, I shouldn't have brought that. Why? That old you just died. And the reticular activation system is saying, hey, go back and get that old you, bruh. So you must prepare in advance before you get into the situation so you know how to process, how to move through that situation with ease and with confidence. Because you know, greatest he that's in me than he that's in the world. It's your boy, Dr. Rogers, aka Master Teacher 33. Psychological discomfort, psychological death. Overstand it, transcend it. I'm gonna see you at the top. Holla at your boy.